How do you think over-the-top will impact the TV landscape when services like HBO or CBS can migrate to a new way of reaching viewers?
Yeah, I think over the top becomes a kind of tipping point. Uh, there's older generations of viewers who are used to the way that television has been delivered, and when they go to other platforms, they they're more willing to accept, I think, the commercialization that's reflective of the television model. However, the up-and-coming generation has grown up with the internet, has grown up with in an on-demand world where they get what they want and they expect no advertising because they grew up in homes where it was being avoided. So I think that that's a generational growth thing that will become more and more, put more and more pressure on the TV networks. And the over-the-top is going to happen because it's the way people, it's the behavior of how, particularly the younger generation, the millennials, but also even, the new generation is realizing this is more user-friendly over the top, and I don't have to pay the amount of money I pay for a bundle because I can select the types of programming I want. And I think once that value proposition gets clear, and as the younger generation starts to get their needs met and inform how the entire population receives media, I think the television networks are really going to have to respond quickly, and they should be responding now.
If I understand what you're saying that the TV revenue model as it stands today will be terribly squeezed as the new generation starts to, get into its formative years.
Yes, more and more, and because that model is built on the closed distribution system where supply and demand, the supply of available advertising is limited to 24 hours on X number of channels, yet maybe 1,000 channels, but it's still limited versus the internet, and it's the comfort level. Nobody got fired for buying network or cable television, in the ad industry. However, with the accountability that the over-the-top world has the capacity to offer and is offering in the online world and in the mobile world, this is a game changer. And so it will be terribly, terribly squeezed, and people are going to, I believe, on the advertiser side, I worked on that side all my career, but I always was uncomfortable with the idea that we don't really know if somebody's actually in front of the ad, television watching our ads, but we know it works, and we were satisfied that only 50% of my money was wasted. But I don't think we need to accept that today.
So with this upcoming TV apocalypse, what can TV networks do? How can they prepare?
Well, they can prepare. They've all got little laboratories. All the TV traditional networks have little laboratories in their on-demand offerings, both through and on the cable systems, and also through and on their online TV everywhere offerings. And what they're creating is an entry into the on-demand world. And I think the investment in that, not just from allowing them to capture viewers that they might lose, but that's the laboratory where they can, they've got a unique position to find that cross-platform measurement, to understand it, and to maybe even guide it more than letting the world sort of take over by doing what we've always done in the television marketplace, buying and selling on the supply and demand model, but really going out there and understanding the consumer and understanding how to measure that and understanding what advertisers want from that. There's much more value that advertisers, I think, can get in an on-demand world with the accountability and the measurement and the targetability. And I think the television networks are in great position because they own both right now.
You have print publications that are moving onto the internet. You have radio stations that are moving onto the internet. Do you think this equalization of platform might make some of these other forms of media more competitive with television?
Yes, I do, in fact. In a way, what the different media forums have always competed for is a viewer's share of time spent with media. And I think when, for the person that's really looking for content in an audio format, streaming radio becomes it, because I can't always watch a television while I'm walking down the street, but I can put an earphone in and listen to a hockey game from Buffalo. So I think that's a tremendous opportunity. I think the magazine doesn't have to abandon the text format. There are now technologies and companies that are out there that are able to run video outside of the pre-roll player and within the body of text content. So there are ways, I think, that particularly television advertisers, but all advertisers, are going to be able to reach people sight, sound, and motion. Not always together. It might be sound to this evening, and then when I get home it'll be sight, sound, and motion on television, and then before I go to bed I'm going to look at my Amazon Kindle, and I'm going to read a little bit, and there'll be an ad, a TV ad that comes up between paragraphs of my New Yorker article. So it's all remains to be seen, but it's an exciting time to be in media.